We can change things, yes we can. We got to vote now. We gotta vote now. Don't wanna lose the privilege because it took so long to get it. We gotta vote now. Got to vote now. Gotta vote now. To vote now. Every student, every teacher, every parent, every leader. We gotta vote now. Vote now. We gotta vote now. Vote now. It's time for us to take a stand. The power is in our hands. It's time for us to get up and vote. Can't just sit around and hope. We gotta vote.
What you're about to experience is a behind-the-scenes look at the election process from the time you register to vote until Election Day. Part of being an informed voter is understanding the process. Understanding the process gives you the power. And in order to participate in the process, you must vote. You know, exercising your right to vote and making your voice heard are very personal and powerful acts. And who better knows than our Director of Elections, Daniel Baxter.
Thank you, Clerk Winfrey. In order to vote and play an active role in shaping the future of our city, state, and country, you must be registered. Most people come here to the Office of Secretary of State to apply for driver's license, license plates, and renewal of tags. Well, while here, you may also fill out your Michigan voter registration application. By signing this form, you attest that you are a citizen of the United States, you are a resident of the state of Michigan, and will be at least a 30-day resident of your city or township by Election Day, and that you are at least 18 years of age by Election Day. Once that's done, that information is transmitted electronically to the Department of Elections, whereby upon receipt of your hard copy of your voter registration application, we match it and you're all set for Election Day. I'm standing outside of our registration division. This is the division where it all begins. Once you fill out your voter registration and it's delivered here at the Department of Elections, we validate it and we mail you your voter registration so that you're ready to vote on Election Day. The Department of Elections is comprised of 6 distinct divisions. Those divisions are registration, administration, supplies, training, computer system support, and our equipment division. The voter registration division is the foundation of the democratic process in the city of Detroit. Without it, we couldn't verify petitions, we couldn't verify absentee voter applications. In fact, there wouldn't even be a need to set up voting precincts on Election Day. 75 days prior to each election held in the city of Detroit, the absentee voting unit is responsible for processing tens of thousands of absentee ballots. In the 2008 presidential election, we processed more than 90,000 absentee ballots. To share with you a little more information about that is Alicia Brown. She's busy right now because we're in the heat of the election, but I'm going to get her over here. Alicia, can you come and join me?
Once the applications are received, we verify the signatures in the master file or the QVF system. Once the signatures are verified, the voters are issued an absentee ballot.
This administration, I like to call it the think tank of elections. Here we create policy in the schools, to various community groups in NAACP, PDLC, and anybody else.
But we know that every day in between is full of bustling activities, things that we must do. Problem solve, and we issue directives. We also ensure that all election laws are implemented and followed. This is our training division, equivalent to teacher training. Here we train our trainers that they may go out and train our poll workers.
On election day, a voter must present their identification in order to vote. The application inspector will give the application to the registration inspector, who will verify the application and then present their name in the registration book. The poll book inspector will record the voter's name and ballot number and issue a ballot to the voter. The voter will then go over to the voting booth for privacy and vote the choices on the ballot. Once they've voted their choices, they will give the ballot in the secrecy sleeve to the ballot box inspector, who will call off the numbers of their ballot, ensuring that it is the ballot issued, and then they will vote their choices and insert their ballot into the M100, completing their voting process. After you voted, you can wear your I voted sticker proudly.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Wallace, and I'm the manager here for the IT division for the Department of Election. Prior to Election Day, we gathered over 200 laptops that we prepare to send out to all of the polling locations so that we can assure that the voter is actually at the right location. We also, on election night, pick up 529 precinct memory cards and 100 absentee ballot memory cards. And this is where it all happens. We actually tabulate all of the votes that were cast throughout the city of Detroit in this very room. And after the election, we're responsible for generating election result reports for the public as well as for the media. Well, on election night, we receive all 629 PCM-CIA cards, which are the memory cards for the M100. The first checkpoint, once they enter the command room, is we actually inventory those cards in a spreadsheet or a database so that we can account for every single memory card. And once they're accounted for, then they're brought over into the Unity network system. And that network is a standalone network where we actually read in the results that's cast throughout the city of Detroit. Once we actually tabulate those votes, we then take the PCM-CIA cards and we actually inventory them in another system for accountability. And then after that's complete, we generate a report that's actually distributed to the media and anyone that's interested in seeing the final results for election night.
Our equipment division is responsible for maintaining and testing more than 6,000 voting devices. Here to share with you more information regarding that is our election specialist, Mr. Carl Marley.
How you doing, Mr. Baxter?
I'm very well. How are you? Good.
During our testing process, we take each of our memory cards, insert it into the tabulator, and run each ballot until they have all ran successfully.
Have you ever wondered who's responsible for making sure that our signs are at the precinct on election day? Or who's responsible for making sure that you get an I voted sticker after you voted? Our supply division works year-round to make sure that every precinct is supplied with the items necessary to make sure that your experience is positive on election day.
We stock this box with over 100 supplies. There are 529 of these boxes, one for each precinct in the city of Detroit. Yeah, so after each individual one is checked and is put in this plastic bag, those items, then the bag is checked to make sure every item's in there before it goes into this box.
It takes 80 people working 40 to 50 hours a week all year long to make Election Day run seamlessly and secure. Here's a quick roundup. Voter registrations are logged, voter registration cards are issued, and qualified voter lists for each precinct are generated. 2. Equipment and supplies for 529 precincts are gathered and delivered. 3. M100 tabulating machines are maintained, calibrated, tested, and retested. 4. Election trainers are trained and then go on to train their poll workers. 5. Computers are programmed, memory cards are installed, and reports are generated, all under the watchful supervision of the Detroit Department of Elections Administrative Staff. 6. The polls close, memory cards are delivered, votes are tallied. 7. Election results are reported. 8. Voters get to feel the power of participating in a democracy.
Your right to vote is very powerful. It lets you decide how government runs. And yes, your vote absolutely counts, even more when your friends and family exercise their right to vote. So cast your vote on Election Day and tell your children how powerful it feels to participate in the election process. Because voting not only defines who you are, it also defines democracy. I'm Janice Winfrey, Detroit City Clerk. Your vote counts.
Yes, we can. We got to vote now. We gotta vote now. Don't wanna lose the privilege because it took so long to get it. We gotta vote now. Gotta vote now. Gotta vote now. Vote now. Every student, every teacher, every parent.